I'm Cameo.
I'm Lavelle.
And this is Cameo and Lavelle's show. With a special guest,
Our
Mr.
close friend.
Lucky of Starr.
Yes. And today we're going to be talking about music.
Get into it. Music,
Yes.
music everywhere.
Yes. And that's from the current and also in the past, because a lot of things that happen in the past reflect the current and also the future of music. Even through the crisis that we are currently going through with COVID-19. So, where should we start? Shaka Khan, Mary J. Blige.
We start with the past first.
We'll go to the past.
Well, I say we'll go on this topic here.
And living legends and legends
How
that
has the
not.
music changed from past 80s, 90s to current now?
Wow, that's a loaded question right there.
That's what we're gonna get into. So what we got?
Let's see.
Well,
We start. Okay, go.
Well, I feel like we need to, before we even talk about music and get too deep into it, we need to pay homage to the late great Little Richard,
Yes.
the real king and queen of rock and roll.
Yes.
For you youngins that don't know,
Don't know that.
Yes. He passed away yesterday, if I'm not mistaken.
yes, he did.
And
we lost Andre Harrell, which was the founder of Uptown Records. He's responsible for the careers of Heavy D, Mary J. Blige. So that we definitely suffered a major loss in music on both ends. So we want to pay homage and pay respect to those two individuals. At least that's what I want to do for this my portion of this video.
And also too, we can't forget Miss Whitney Houston.
Oh yeah.
Obey God.
Yeah.
And Prince.
Mm-hmm.
And MJ, Michael Jackson. As well as many others, because there's many others that has passed throughout the years.
And a lot of people didn't notice that when Michael bought his masters back, he also bought the masters of Little Richard and Chuck Berry. So that's why it's so important that we celebrate and we watch over our legends, because up to that point, Little Richard didn't have the rights to his own music, and neither did Chuck Berry, even though they were the architects of rock and roll. So,
The architects.
Yeah.
Get into it.
Yes. Paving the way for our current artists that's out there that's blooming.
yeah.
Some that's good and some that's just don't have no creativity.
And some that are biters.
Right.
Another trivia too, and go ask your grandmama if you don't know, but Tutti Frutti, which is one of Little Richard's most famous songs, was actually called Tutti Frutti Good Booty.
Oh, damn.
And yes, he was rapping about, not rapping, he was singing about anal sex. And so I bring that up because I think it's important that today's generation understands, like, if it wasn't, and even within the GLBT community, because obviously Little Richard was a queen, if it wasn't for his impact in music, we wouldn't have the Millie Jacksons, we wouldn't have had Ricky James, we wouldn't have had, all the people that have, like, Lil' Kim and Megan Thee Stallion. We wouldn't have those people. I mean, they wouldn't be able to sing what they're singing now on the radio if it wasn't for Little Richard. So I wanted to put that out there.
I feel as a new generation, they don't know about anything of this. I feel like the new generation coming up are stuck on their legends, and not trying to discredit people, but their legends are like Chris Brown.
Did you call him a legend?
I'm saying they're legends. Because they don't know the past history of music. So they're thinking about, we just came here. I live for this person. I live for this person. Okay, you don't know where it originated from?
But you called them a legend.
I said they're legends. They're legends.
But Chris Brown's not a legend to nobody, though. No shade to Chris Brown. Because I don't even think, I love Beyonce, but I don't think Beyonce is a legend.
What?
No. Icon,
I'm just surprised
absolutely.
you said that. That's
Icon, no, Icon, absolutely. And I'm a big fan of Beyonce. I will fight anybody over her. But I just feel like we throw those words out, we throw those names out. Like Dionne Warwick is a legend.
Yeah.
Aretha Franklin is a legend. Shaka Khan is a legend. Anita Baker.
Yeah.
Angela Winbush. Whitney Houston is legendary. Mariah Carey is a legendary.
Do we give
Michael Jackson and Janet Jackson.
What's
Janet
that girl?
Jackson.
No.
Michael Jackson.
Did we give it to our girl?
Who?
Kelly?
Kelly who?
Price.
Price? No, she's an icon.
She's more of an icon.
So Faith Evans.
Icon.
Well, there y'all go. So, how do y'all feel about the newbies in here that feel like they've paved the way? Like, let's just jump into our R&Bs.
Oh God.
How we got folks talking about they're already who y'all think is the R&B king?
Jacquees.
Well, that's what he said.
I think the R&B king is
Bobby Brown.
Bobby Brown. He's one of them. I think it's a mixture. I'm gonna say mixed.
But this is what I was talking about. The
You got
new
Luther
generation.
Vandross.
The new generation listed these
Who
folks.
forgets
and
about
be
Luther
like,
Vandross? Like,
they don't know that.
Legend.
well, he was actually considered the king of ballads, love ballads.
Yeah.
He was, and he was gay too.
Yes. He was one of us.
What's his name? We went to see him in concert.
Freddie
Jackson. He's a good one.
Yeah.
He don't get enough credit, but he's a good one.
Freddie Jackson is more unsung because a lot of
We
people
give
don't even
Legend.
know who Freddie Jackson is, but everybody knows who Luther is.
What's
And
my
they were
song?
around the same. They came out around the same time.
What's my person? Legendary El DeBarge. Is he
El
legend?
Oh, the
Yes.
Barge family,
Yes,
absolutely.
Yes. The barge. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I just feel like, if you haven't been in the game more than 20 years, you cannot be, I don't deem you as legendary. You have to be in the game at least 30, 40 years before we even consider you a legend. That's just my personal opinion.
You have to
I
put
feel
in
like they
work.
throw those
Well,
words out.
I finna say put in work, but he said put in
And put in work. Now, do
You
I
know,
think Beyonce have
We talking about album sales, going out there, concerting. I mean, not just sitting in those studios. Tony Braxton?
Absolutely.
Ooh, yeah.
Legend.
She's on her way to it.
She on the way.
Yeah.
On the way.
She's on her way to it.
Tina Turner's a legend.
Yes.
Of course.
Absolutely.
She got ass whooped.
I was trying to give us like more of the
Yeah,
new people. I mean, new people that kind of paid where they're getting it from.
I think Rihanna she's definitely iconic.
Yes.
And I think that she has
Rihanna's,
potential to
I
go
love
on to be
Rihanna's
legendary.
business aspect. If we will combine stage performance by Beyonce, Rihanna's business aspect, and we get some Lady Gaga all background, we have like a full damn lockdown show. Like, tickets are already booked. Nobody's moving. We all gonna be like this. Right. Everybody catching corona because it's too close. Impact like cigarettes, okay? Like, that would be like the groundbreaking of concerts.
That's true.
I know I'm going to see Janet next
Speaking
month.
of longevity and career, Ashanti.
Ooh.
What about her?
What do we give her? Does she have a ring? She's been in the game.
Yes, she has.
But that's the same as Ja Rule. Both of anybody from that Murder Inc. category.
You know what happened to Murder
But I'm
Inc.?
saying everybody has done their hits stayed in the game for a very long time.
I believe Ashanti is more unsung.
Oh,
I think she's going to be more unsung versus being, because, I mean, I remember when her first album dropped, and this is around the time that Beyonce was coming out with her solo album, and Ashanti was everywhere.
Ooh, baby.
Oh, baby.
But then she fell off along the way.
Yeah. Was it because she was
a lot of it was
lip
Murder
singer?
Inc. A lot of it was Murder Inc.
yeah.
A lot of it was her affiliation with that label. When they went down, she went down.
No, who I miss comeback. I wish she's still. Oh, girl, if you ever find this video, or if you ever see me, little amputee, come back. Charlie Baltimore. Oh, I love her so much. She is so, like, people just don't know. Like, lyric-wise and hip-hop-wise. Oh, my God.
That's a different one, because nobody didn't really say her name like that.
I love her.
You always hear about the Nicki Minaj.
Especially when she came back with Bed Full of Money. Like, her Bed Full of Money, and everybody looked at Iggy and was just like, okay, did Iggy get this from Charlie? Because this is kind of the sound that Charlie has, and it seemed like she's more, Iggy's sounding like her. And I'm like, well, you have to look at it. Iggy's not as hood as, that Charlie Baltimore realm. Like, Charlie Baltimore, New York vibes. Like, we getting the hood of it all. And I loved it. She said,
Eve.
Oh, yeah.
MC Light.
Legend.
Wait, Eve?
Yes.
Legend?
No, Icon.
Icon.
Queen Latifah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even her comeback was
She
good.
did.
Well, it wasn't a
recently.
comeback, but she was
She
just
never really
featured.
left though, because one thing I can say about Queen Latifah, she always, as opposed to being an actress and being a rapper, hip hop and old school rap, hip hop, she also ventured into other genres of music, which I appreciate. She did jazz music and
Yeah, she did, and did good.
and
Actually,
does,
sing.
yeah, can really sing. So she's definitely a legend in more than one way.
What about Jill Scott?
Legend.
Legend.
Erica legend.
Really? Jill?
Jill and Erica
When it
legend.
comes to-
When it comes to
Neon-
no 20 years.
I mean,
now.
when it comes to Neon Soul, the genre of it all, those are the
Yeah, the
godmothers.
genre. Yeah. I think it's the overall genre of
It's
that
the
one.
godmother.
Yeah.
And these are my personal opinions. I'm not the person that deems people legends.
Vincent, don't
or
y'all hit
icons.
us in
This
these
is my
comments with this
personal
mess.
opinion. Don't be in the
I
comments.
take off my
talking
good
about-
leg.
Yeah, because y'all. Cause I know a lot of bees gonna come get me, but whatever. I got my rage.
I was gonna say who else? So who do y'all feel like in the
Rochelle
industry now? Who do y'all feel like could make a good comeback?
Who can make a good comeback?
Brandy. And you know,
She has a new album on the way. Are we here for it?
no. I mean, I'm here for it, but you
I
know,
like that
nobody knows
just
that she's
one
even coming
song.
out with an album.
Oh.
And you know what I think she should do? They've been doing like these verses on Instagram Live. I think she needs to do one with Monica. And I
They
think it
talked
would help
about
her.
it, but they said her and Monica won't even get along.
But listen,
Could
we
Monica
don't
make a
have.
comeback?
It's bad enough we don't have Aaliyah. Maya's. I don't know where Maya's at.
Maya can
You
do
girl,
good.
these are the girls from the '90s and the early 2000s. These are the girls that I grew up listening to. They're icons in our eyes. So it's like I don't care if y'all don't get along. If
Yeah.
Jill Scott and Erykah Badu, two women, can get to come together and just play with their music and celebrate each other, why can't y'all fake it and do it for a couple hours?
Do y'all?
Brandy has more than enough music in her catalog, and so does Monica. And Brandy, you come out with a new album. You know how this industry is. We are in quarantine.
Mhm.
You gotta. I just think it's a good idea for her to do that. I don't know why she's being petty. I feel like Monica will be a team player because that's just the type of person Monica is. I feel like it's Brandy that's hesitant about
I
doing
can't
anything
really
with Monica
say
at this
because when I
point, which
looked,
is a
I heard
shame.
it was both. Like when I heard like doing a little research,
It's a
and I
shame,
heard it was
though.
both, and I was like, oh, what's gonna happen? But how do y'all feel about any groups coming back? Because we haven't seen a group.
Well, we could get
Come
we
back.
can get one more.
Yeah,
we
we
have not
said,
seen. I'm saying, but we haven't seen a black group
We'll get one more Jodeci.
come out in a very long time.
Casey
Since
got
the
that
P Diddy
tighten
days,
up.
really.
Well, you had Escape come back.
Yeah,
That is true. But
we could do
And
S-
Vogue kind of came back in the sense of brought all
they
the
gotta
did
girls
it
step it up.
sell?
They gotta step it up.
Well,
SWV.
Escape came back to do a tour.
I
and then
miss
the three of
Electric
them did
Red.
a tour.
Who?
Electric Red.
I love them.
So good.
Yeah.
So they were good.
Yeah. But-
Cherish was a good one.
Yeah.
Boys wise, I mean,
What about Boys to Men?
they came back.
They've been bad.
They been.
Nobody cares.
Their return was like
Yeah.
2 years ago. I think that was Boys to Men. I don't know.
Well, you know who I want to see come back, but
What about Bone
Who?
Thugs and Harmony?
You know who I
Even
wanna
though
see
that's in the
come back.
rap, you know.
Who?
who do I listen to? Who I stand for? Destiny's Child.
Oh,
Well, they can't. Yeah, they can
they're
come
gonna
back.
come back, but they're gonna come back
Yeah.
as Beyonce, Kelly, Michelle,
Michelle.
and Latoya Luckett.
And Latasha, you can come too.
I want my Latoya Luckett to win. I love it.
Leave luggage in the room, though. You know.
I like my Luckett.
You know who luggage is, right?
What's Luckett?
You don't know who luggage is?
Who's luggage? Oh no, not
The other lady.
The evil red-headed stepchild that we don't claim.
I'm done.
No, she was the only featured in one video.
Two.
Oh,
Now, who's counting?
it was like what, about 5 seconds?
5
Y'all
seconds.
horrible.
And she was cute in it, but you know, she just Farrah.
Jumping.
That's a whole nother video, but Farrah just didn't fit in with Destiny's Child. She just didn't have it, and it's okay.
But I'm saying, I don't
really
think.
didn't.
Do you think groups would make it in this time?
Yeah,
Black
I think
groups?
anybody can make
Yeah.
it if they're creative.
yeah, and like
It's
really
gonna-
do it.
Yeah. I think right now this is what because you got two types of artists. You got people out here just doing stuff for shock values, getting OnlyFans, and just doing the most.
Wow.
And then you have artists that actually this for them. I feel like this is to be downtime for them to really come and create good music, so that when this all lift, even if we don't go back to what it used to be, I feel like it's going to be good. I mean, just like Jill Scott was saying, you know, it's been 20 years that she's been able to like really sit in the house and reflect on her life and create, which is good news for us because that means when we come out of this, it's gonna be a banging album between her and Erykah Badu, and they're talking about going on tour
Yeah,
with
that
Queen
was
Latifah.
good.
So I think that it just depends on the person. It depends on, you know, the talent. It depends on the drive, the motivation, whatever. Like I said, you got two types of artists out here. You got two types of people. You got people out here just trying to get to the bag and get on OnlyFans,
sign a contract,
all that mess. And then you got folks that's really out here creating. Like my favorite rapper right now is Big Mensa, and like throughout this whole thing that's been going on, he's been in the studio creating. Quiet as a mouse. Hasn't been on social media, none of that.
Well, let's talk about a couple of these rappers out here. Shout out to B.I.G. Baby, and Tupac.
Yes. Gemini for the best.
We said rappers. Me. But
yes.
Speaking about you, so as an independent artist,
that's another video. But okay, what you about to say?
But as an independent artist, how has you got to be careful that you can't say the C word. How has the C word affected you?
I would have to say, well, it hasn't affected me. It really hasn't. I guess because I feel like I'm in the realm of artists that have their own studio things. So it's like when you have your own studio, like Tanaji, for example.
Right.
When you have your own studio and you can just go in the room, it's like, okay, I just want to create a track. I can literally just have a pull it up, get the music, write it, beat, done, record, and there goes my song. Like, I feel like if any artist has to go to like a studio where they have to, pay this stuff, then that's a little tricky. But people who have their own studio, it kind of works out for us because we hear something, we think about it, we could just run and be like, okay, let me jot this down, let me think about this, let me make this, and then boom, it's recorded. So I really didn't have it. I think that's why my album got finished so quick, because I'm just like, okay, well, I did everything by myself.
And what album is that?
XXIV Hours. Roman number for 24 to 24 hours.
Okay, where can I get this album?
On iTunes, Apple Music, Amazon, Spotify, Tidal.
All platforms.
All platforms.
For you.
And Amazon has the actual CD copy of it. I didn't know that till now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's like you actually want to go back to the old days when you get the CDs and stuff. Then yeah,
that's what I want.
That actually has that too.
Right.
But I feel like as an independent artist in this room versus the past room, I always say, and we were just talking about that, I always say that we have it way easier than it is back in the day. Because back in the day, these people they didn't have the Facebook and social media to where, oh, let me just promote myself this easy. You had to go through record labels to get the promotions. But now we have it to where it's like, okay, I want to promote something, put some money down, promote it.
And there's a lot of behind the scenes favoritism with the record labels. Contracts being, worse, like really fucking people over. Worse nowadays than it was back in the 90s. Like really bad. Megan Thee Stallion, for example. But then at the same time,
but she got out of her contract. But I give her props. Megan said, I got my people. I'm gonna start up. I'm gonna move. How I want to move. But she didn't, like she said on her Instagram. She said, I didn't, say I was gonna leave labels. She just wanted to redo things. And I feel like when you're going to redo contracts and stuff, it does bring up the question mark because everybody around you is looking like, well, if it ain't broken, why we need to fix it? In her case, it's just like, okay, well, I need, more money. I am getting what I'm getting, but I just want to, reduce someone a little bit more. And then it ends up being a bit fiasco. But I feel like that's why I told myself, I would literally, in order for me to get signed on a contract, I literally have to sit down and read this like 8 times and then bring in family, friends, and lawyers and everybody before I sign. Because when you sign, you literally have to know what you're signing.
You're signing your life away.
You're signing, and you got people like JoJo, who was like in a bind when she was younger trying to get out her stuff. So, I mean, that was a long time. Now she got one of the best albums I love of this year.
Also, she finally did release an official album.
It's good. She got a song with Tory Lanez.
I know she first came out.
And then the quarantine videos. Like, that's another thing too. I feel like quarantine woke up every independent person. If y'all did not release the album in this moment,
L.A. Reid.
I feel like any independent artist should release the album at this moment. If you did not release the album or any type of track, like, what was your problem? Because everybody's at home. Everybody has really nothing to do but to watch the news and just be online. So folks are still trying to figure out how to get out there, but in the meantime, their focus is online.
They're too busy building OnlyFans, creating OnlyFans and showing their wee-wees and stealing dick pics and stealing pictures that's not theirs.
Penises.
Yeah.
And booty holes.
I'm trying not to curse.
I'm not about that life.
It's sad.
Thank God.
you know, that's the way of life now, you know what I mean? And then they'll pass over. It's a rotation.
And I'm not making fun of anyone that's creating OnlyFans. It's just, it's sad when you have celebrities that's on OnlyFans trying to scam their fans out of money that they know that their
Black
fans don't
China.
have. And that just goes to show too. That's interesting too. That just goes to show who's really ain't about that life when it comes to having money and having businesses out here. Because I feel like even if you're not able to physically go to a job or physically go into a studio or go do a show, you should have businesses that you should have created. If you're not creating them now, you should have businesses where you're able to make money even if you don't go anywhere. You're making money, and that's why you're seeing a lot of these reality stars and all these others, because they really wasn't making money to begin with.
No.
And they depend on those club appearances, and they depend on being on the show and all that. And now that all that has been shut down, they're scrambling.
Facts.
But that just goes to show the talent that separates the talented from the people that's just trying to clout chase or whatever. And
At the end of the day,
I think that's interesting right now.
well, as we go on this video journey, we getting a little long, but at the end of the day, y'all, I'm just gonna say
It's
this.
gonna be a part 2 to it.
As for me, I'm just gonna say to all independent artists at this moment in time, you should be taking your craft, whatever you're doing, whether you're in music, whether you're in dance, whether you're creating pictures to a t-shirt, to doing shoes or whatever. You should be taking your business to the max at this moment, because at this moment, people are online crazy. Everybody's focus is online. And even though people are trying to go back out there just because people say, oh, we reopened this, at the end of the day, people are staying home because everybody's really scared at this moment. People are majority at home. So just stick to your business and do it. Work hard towards it and complete it.
Utilize your talents. If you have a dream, if you have something that you've always wanted to do, there's no reason why you shouldn't be, moving towards that direction. Because I mean, you like you said, you have nothing else to do. There are some people that are still working, even if you are still working. There's still opportunity for you to just sit and create and reflect on your life and create something from that.
That's facts. Y'all better recognize.
Not right now.
Yeah. Well, people, we got to go. But before we do, we want to tell you thank you.
Thank you.
Seriously. And we want to thank our special guest, Mr. Lucky F. Starr. And you can check him out on his site, which is
It'll be in the link below.
theluckystar.com. Check it out.
Link below.
YouTube channel coming soon. I do have a YouTube channel, but I'm going to create a new one. But I'll give them the old YouTube channel if you guys want to check that out.
It's the link below.
Yeah.
Make sure you subscribe.
Hit the like button.
Yeah.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. We out of here.
Yeah.